welcome to Rotten Reviews, and today I come to you with not just a movie review, but also a request. I'm purposefully running this video here without any monetization, no ads whatsoever, and instead what I'm asking you to do is look into the charity path.org. I'm including a link to the description below, but it is a charity that is based out of Seattle, Washington, and currently has a 200-person team currently devoted to the COVID crisis in India and trying to obtain medical oxygen. Thank you so much for your consideration and your generosity. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get into the movie review here. The 2020 movie currently available on Netflix, Andhaghaaram, which translates to Darkness, and is both the writing and the directorial debut of V. Vighnarajah, which is an incredible feat because not only is this the only movie that they have written or directed, but it's also a beautiful film in its own right. I'm not a stranger to reviewing Indian horror films. I've done Bagmati, I've done Tambat, I've done ghost stories, and there's a similarity I've noticed between a lot of them. First of which is the lack of brevity. They have exceptionally long runtimes, which I actually think holds them back from entering a lot of Western audience living rooms. A lot of people will see that, 2.5 hour, 2 hour and 45 minute long runtime and like, maybe not necessarily giving it a hard no, but when stacked up against other movies within the same queue, maybe it gets a little bit more backburnered. But the other thing is the richness in both story and setting that these movies have in common. They're just gorgeous, and although, they can be a bit verbose, the stories that they tell are solid. So once I felt brave enough to actually tackle a 2 hour and 51 minute long movie, I was delighted to give Andhaghaaram a try, and even further delighted by just how solid of a movie this actually was. This movie follows three principal characters: a blind librarian, a former cricket player, and a therapist who has lost his ability to speak. He's lost his voice quite literally in that he has lost his voice box. And their stories run very parallel to one another, but not in perfect lines all throughout. It's more following these three characters and their respective storylines, and then finding out towards the end just how much they actually intersect. One of the true joys of watching this movie was watching the mystery unfold, because this was a film that asked a whole lot of questions, and it was just a rich tapestry of fine detail that left me guessing and still managed to surprise me no matter how much I hypothesized my theories of what was going on. The real way that I felt as I was watching this film was it felt like somebody had taken hours and hours and hours meticulously painting this elaborate vase, and then once it was all finalized and glazed and sculpted perfectly after a lot of fine detail, it was smashed with a hammer. And what I was watching was those pieces get put back together. I was watching the quick assembly of something that was meticulously crafted with a lot of thought and care, and watching it all come together, especially those final pieces to finally show the form of what this actually all was just thrilling. Like I said, there were elements that really truly surprised me, and I gotta be honest, that kind of thing is rare. Some things where it was taking the concept of extraordinary abilities of a particular person and then turning it literally into a MacGuffin that I did not see coming was awesome. Furthermore, the camera work, the color grading, the sound design, all the technical aspects of this film not only brought the characters to life, but the setting itself. India in this film really popped for me. Now, if I had to be critical about this movie, which this is a film critique, so I kind of do, I would say that of the 2 hours and 51 minute long runtime, it could have been condensed more. I kind of get this feeling, and I've been feeling this for a long time, not about this movie, but about just film and TV in general, is I've been admiring more the films and the stories and the shows especially that are able to really condense things down. I've gotten long tired of 14 seasons of 22 episodes apiece that don't go anywhere, and admiring way more the 3 or 4 seasons we get of 6 episodes apiece that tell a story that is widely more imaginative, with richer characters, grander story arcs, and a ton more investment. So this does have a pretty pretty long runtime, and while it is more dense than you'd expect, there's a lot of story going on here. I'm not going to stand up here and say that every single minute was well accounted for. This could have benefited from some further editing, but I guess that's just more of the cultural thing. They were trying to fit this in within the runtime of a traditional Indian film, and in that, they succeeded. It's not like a lot of these films really edit things down to appease Western audiences. They're making the best film that they can for their country and their market. We just happened to get a glimmer of it once it picked up for distribution internationally. I've long said that one of the best core elements of horror films that stand the test of time is, at their heart of things, a good mystery, and this is one of the best examples I can think of a fantastic mystery that unfolds in unexpected ways, and because of that, amongst a whole host of other reasons, I highly recommend the 2020 movie currently available on Netflix. If you have a subscription, please check it out. Andhaghaaram. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. Remember to check out path.org. Link is in the description below. At least take a look at this charity and the work that they're doing. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next review. Remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and rotted.